बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। चेतो दर्पणमार्जनं भवमहा दावाग्निर्वापनम् श्रेयः कैरवचन्द्रिका वितरणं विद्यावधू जीवनम् आनन्दाम्बुधिवर्धनं प्रतिपदं पूर्णामृता स्वादनम् सर्वात्मस्नपनं परं विजयते श्री कृष्ण संकीर्तन। नमः कमलनाभाय नमः कमलमालिने नमः कमलपादाय नमस्ते कमलेक्षणे यो ब्रह्माणं विदधाति पूर्वं यो वै वेदांश्च प्रहिणोति तस्मै तद्गुह्यदेवमात्मबुद्धिप्रकाशं मुमुक्षुर्वै शरणमहं प्रपद्ये। बोले वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय। श्रीमद सद्गुरु सरकार की जय। So Abhishek with you, please follow with that. मनमानी काम करो जनी काम करो जनी मन शयन हाथ अनादि काल के बिके रहे दीनदास करो जनी। Today again, I've chosen a pad, divine composition, in the form of bhajan, pad, written by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu. Told you many times, Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu is only the fifth original Jagat Guru, Mool Jagat Guru. And amongst the five, he is topmost. This is why the rest of them, Adi Jagat Guru Shankaracharya, Jagat Guru Nimbarkacharya, Jagat Guru Ramanujacharya, Jagat Guru Madhavacharya is just called Jagat Guru. Whereas he is given the title Jagat Guru Tam. What's mean? Just like in English, we have good, better, best. So in Sanskrit, Jagat Guru, then Jagat Guru Tad means better, and Jagat Guru Tam means best. Amongst the five, he is the best. So, as I mentioned, he is reconciled to all the philosophy and controversies of all the previous Jagat Gurus. He's reconciled the philosophy of all the Vedas, all the scriptures. He's written many, many books, composed thousands and thousands of divine composition, bhajan, kirtan, given thousands and thousands of speeches, etc. So one of the book, Prem Ras Madira, that he's written, one of his first book, containing 1008 pads, divine composition, 20 divided into 21 madhuris. In all these pads, they contain all the philosophy of all the Vedas and all the Shastras, all the Puranas, all the scripture, as well as the divine pastimes of Bhagwan Shri Krishna and Radha Rani and the gopis and the cowherds, etc. So, again today I have chosen from Siddhant Madhuri, the sweetness of divine philosophy, Siddhant Madhuri, part number 32 in the book, 3-2. But the pads say, Karo Jani Manmani Kam. A spiritual aspirant who is under the shelter of a true guru, a true saint, a Rasik saint, is say to the mind, oh mind, stop being whimsical. Stop whatever the mind say, we do. And Gita, Shri Krishna says this mind is our greatest enemy. The reason that we are rotating in 8.4 million forms of life from beginningless time, we meaning the soul, Atma. We're not the body. We identify with the body. That's one of the problems. This body, this is the house for the soul, Atma, who we are. Just like someone says, my house, my muruka, this house belongs to me, so my house. So this body belongs to me, my body. My body is paining, my head is hurting, my body. So just as one would never say, somebody will never say, I am the house. In the same way, we should not say, I am the body. We identify with the body. I am Trinidadian, I am Guyanese, I am American, I am Indian, I am Puerto Rican, I am so many. This is a country, this is not who we are. I am a Hindu, a Muslim, a Christian, a Buddhist, a Jain. That's religious denomination. I'm not the religion. That's not who I am. I followed that dharma, but that doesn't mean that's not me. I'm a Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. So many titles. This is all title of body. If we are the body, then fine. Then I'm Brahmin, then I'm a Trinidadian, then I'm a teacher, etc. But I'm not a body. I'm soul, Atma. That thing which is called Jeev, Jivatma. You can't see it. Even with the most powerful microscope, one cannot see the soul. You can't see the mind, forget about the soul. Because it's divine. To see, you have to have divine instrument. A material instrument cannot see. And that's who we are. Do you see that word Jeev? The word Jeev has two meanings. One meaning of Jeev, that which itself is conscious, eternally conscious. The Jivatma, the individual soul, never had a beginning, will never have an end. Gya gyau dva vaja vishanisha vaja heka bhokti bhogyata yukta anantaschatma vishwarupo hyakarta tayam yada vindate brahmameta. Shvetashvatara Upanishad chapter 1 verse 9. The Vedas say, just as God is Aj means unborn, eternal, beginningless. Never had a beginning, will never have an end. The Jivatma, the individual soul, is also Aj. Unborn, eternal, beginningless. God is not saying to us. Ever since God have existed, we, the individual soul, have also existed. Cannot have an end. Doesn't have a beginning. So it's eternally conscious. Number one. So Jeev means conscious. And that in which the Jeev goes, the soul goes, it makes that conscious also. When the soul comes in this body, the body becomes conscious. And when the soul leaves the body, everything is still there. When we say somebody has died, what happened? The soul is left. Everything is still there. Eyes, ears, feet, hand, mouth, everything. But can the eyes see? No. Can the ears hear? No. Can the feet walk? No. Because the thing that was given the power for all those things to function, the Jeev is gone. That's who we are. We are the soul, the Jeev, Jivatma, many names. But we've forgotten. Because of something called Maya, we have forgotten. We've turned our backs to God and we've forgotten. We accept the world as ours. We've forgotten we belong to God. And this mind of ours, we keep listening to the mind. From beginner's time, this mind, this thing which is called the mind, M-I-N-D, man in Hindi, or chit in Sanskrit, and man also in Sanskrit. That is a product of Maya. It is material. Just as Maya is material, the mind is also, actually the mind is called Maya in the scriptures. This mind. And because it's material, it is wrong. But we listen to it. Because of ignorance, the mind is a servant. It is a servant of the soul, the Atma. What does a servant do? It serves. Eternal servant. It has to serve. And the soul, what does it want to do? It wants to give happiness to the soul, the Atma. The mind wants to give happiness. But because it's material, it's looking in the wrong place. Mind is material, the world is material. So the mind, this is this own thing. You know, like they say, the birds of a feather flock together. So this is his own thing. Mind is material, the world is also, the mind loves the world. It loves the world because it's material and world is material. And because there is no true knowledge, because of identifying with the material body, it is looking for happiness in the material world from beginningless time and has made us go astray. Because of this mind, we have been in existence from uncountable lifetimes. And we've always been searching for one thing only. Why do we do anything in the world? Any action we perform. Whether it's getting married, having children, getting a job, going to school, eating food, drinking alcohol, smoking weed, whatever, any action. Beating someone, killing someone. Every action we perform is for one thing only. That is Sukh, Anand, happiness. Until and unless we don't find true everlasting happiness, we have to keep performing action. Nahi kashchit kshanamapi jat tishthatya karma krit. Chapter 3 verse 5 Gita. Gita, it says, it is impossible for one to remain inactive even for a moment. So we have to keep performing action, and every action we perform is only for one thing, happiness. But have we found it? No, we have not even found the tiniest drop, even once, even in dream. Because we are looking in the wrong place. We have been told, look, we have met uncountable saints, the true Guru. You know, Shri Krishna says in Gita, Tad virapranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshati jnanam jnaninas tattva darshinaha. Chapter 4 verse 34, 3-4. Chapter 4 verse 34, Gita. So here Shri Krishna is telling us who is a Guru. Listen carefully. You don't have to go and look in vain anywhere. Gita. Shri Krishna is telling us who is qualified to be Guru. He says if we are so fortunate to meet such an entity, this person, who has these two qualities. What are the qualities? Number 1, Jnaninaha. Number 2, Tattvadarshinaha. These are the two things that qualifies one to be Guru. Listen carefully. Jnaninaha means one who has complete knowledge. All knowledge. Not only Gita, not only Ramayana, not only Bhagavad, all the Puranas, all the Vedas, all the scriptures. Complete knowledge. And he's able to make us understand. Given lecture is nothing. A professor comes when you're going to school in the lower class, ABC and all lower class, teacher tries to make sure that you understand. He takes a lot of time. When you reach university, he comes and gives lecture, the professor. Whether you understand, didn't understand, it doesn't matter. He gives lecture and he goes. No, not like that. The true Guru, he makes us understand. He has a power to make us understand. He gives us knowledge. Then number one, Jnaninaha. Then number two, Tattvadarshinaha. Meaning, he has attained God, he has seen Krishna. Darshina, that means seen, to see. He has seen that supreme entity, God. He's attained the divine love, divine bliss, divine knowledge, divine vision. If we meet such an entity, if we are so fortunate, you don't get to meet someone like that, only by God's grace. We don't meet a saint just like that. You have to be deserving. Bhagwan Shri Ram says to the residents of Ayodhya in the Ramayana, Uttarkand, Punya punja binu milahi nasanta satsangati satsiti kar anita Jai Ram Shri Ram the saint. So, punya punja binu milahina santa. Punya means spiritual merit, great spiritual deeds. And punja means a huge amount. When we have acquired, after many, many lifetimes, thousands and thousands of lifetimes, we've acquired a huge amount of spiritual merit. God showers His grace upon us, and we're able to meet the true Guru, the saint. Our Satsangati Sanshriti Kar Anta. And only when we associate with such a Guru, our attachment for the world will come to an end, and we'll be able to go to Bhagwan. Otherwise, impossible. So we have uncountable lifetimes we have met saints. I think we have seen Bhagwan. People think, oh, if I only see God, if I only see God one time. We have seen God. Not once, not twice, uncountable time. But, what happened? Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Guru Ram. Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Guru Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Guru Ram. Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Oh, जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति देखी दिन कैसी बोल जाकी रही भावना जैसी प्रभु मूर्ति देखी तिन तैसी. Siraji Maharaj says, how we are on the inside, our heart, our mind, the condition of that, when we meet divine entity, God or a saint, it gets reflected, we see them the same way. In other words, if I'm a tamasic person, my heart, my mind is very dirty, and I meet God, even Bhagwan or a saint who's God personified. Oh, very bad man, very bad man. If I'm rajasic in nature, I love money, power, etc. Oh, I know he likes money, he's a money man. You give about it. And if I'm sattvic in nature, I have good thoughts in my mind, I'm basically good, and I meet God or a saint, acha, nice man, good man, better than me but good, that's all. And God and the saint are beyond sattva gun, beyond maya. That's why without the grace of God, no one can benefit from a saint. We meet them, but you're not going to recognize. You're not going to benefit. Uncountable times we have met God, we have seen. Bhagavan Krishna says in Gita, Avajananti mamudha manushim tanumashitam param bhavam ajananto mama bhuta maheshwaram. Chapter 9 verse 11 Gita. Unaware that I am God of my divine nature, ignorant human beings under the control of Maya, we people, we mistake him for an ordinary human being. In other words, if we were to see God with these material eyes of ours, we will see him as a material being with all the defects and shortcomings just like us. We're not going to see his divinity. If he behaves the way we like, and he does what we like, Guruji, oh, I love him. Oh, yeah, because he's like what you are. If we accept someone as Guru, a saint, only because he goes to our what we want, then millions. But God and Guru is not going to be like that. First to begin, we are dirty, bad, fallen sinners. So uncomfortable, but we won't be willing to accept. He has told us, uncountable time we have met saints, and they have told us that there is no happiness to be found in any person or object in the world. And true happiness we'll find only in God, because God is happiness, but we never listen. So Vishayana, heart, anadikal, from beginningless time, anadikal, means from beginningless time. Because we, the soul, the Atma, is beginningless. Najayate mriyate va kadachinnayam bhutva bhavitavana bhuya ajo nitya shashvatoyam purano nahanyate hanyamane sharire. Chapter 2 verse 20 Gita. Bhagavan Krishna says to Arjuna, the Jivatma, the individual soul, never takes birth, nor does it die. Nor having come into existence, does it cease to be, because it is unborn, eternal and most ancient. It is not destroyed, even when the body is destroyed. From beginningless time, we have been slave. Bike rahe binudam. Without, long ago, there was slavery, right? And when someone became the master of that slave, whatever the master wanted, the slave had to do. He had no choice. He was sold. But he was still sold for something. We, without any money, we got sold. We became slave to the senses, mind and intellect. Became slave to our mind. Main thing is the mind. The senses, the intellect, this is governed by the mind. The intellect governs the mind governs the senses. But main is the mind. Mind, intellect is count as one. Because mind is material, so mind, look, we have 5 sense organs, 5 senses. Shabd, Sparsha, Roop, Ras, Gandh. So it means we have 5 types of desires. 5 only, 5. We have 5 senses. We can't have a 6th desire. Shabd, desire to hear. To hear what? Ram Katha or Gram Katha. There's 2 kinds of Katha. One is the philosophy, the pastimes of Bhagavan, of God, and one is the pastime of the world. Gossip. Listening to people's faults, talking about people's faults. It's very sweet for some of us. Sweet. The more interest we have in gossiping and listening to how bad people are and listening to the dirty and sinful activities of people, the more dirty our mind is. If there is purity in our heart and our mind, you can't bear to hear such things. You will want to die. It's like somebody is a vegetarian and he can't bear to pass close to the butcher's shop. He can't take the smell. And so too, one whose heart, there's purity in the heart and the mind, he can't listen to gossip and all these things, negative. The more, look at yourself, you have to look at ourselves. If I love to gossip and love to just find negatives and find faults, you have a big problem. You have to do a lot of bhakti, shed a lot of tears, make some purity come in here. Big trouble. So desire to hear, shabd, the sparsh, desire to feel, to touch. Ras, desire to taste prasad, sattvic, wholesome food. Boiled vegetable, steamed vegetable. No, there's not taste. If we hear that today, Auntie Vaishnavi, she's only going to make steamed vegetable for the prasad. Only steamed vegetable. And this is going to be the prasad. Hey, Bhagavan. I should have come yesterday when they had pizza. We love the thing that is going to harm us. We know it's going to kill us. The cigarette, the rum, the deep fried, the white flour, the white sugar, all these things is poison. But I'll be a slave to the mind. So, ras, roop, desire to see. What do we want to see? We want to look at the movies with Bhagwan, Shri Krishna, of the saint, or we want to look at all kind of craziness in the world. Again, that has to do with how the mind is. Gandh, desire to smell. These desires are very powerful. A person of uncontrolled senses cannot control the desire for sensual desires and falls into the greatest, can't resist desire for carnal desires and falls into the greatest darkness. Kuranga matanga patanga bringa meenahata panchabireva pancha eka pramadi sakatham nahanyate yasevate panchabireva pancha. There's something called a moth. The moth has a desire for light, flame. And the desire for that flame causes the moth to fall in the flame and die. The bee desires for sweet smell. It loves sweet smell. And what happens? It goes inside the lotus flower and the lotus closes and the bee dies. This deer has a desire for sound. So the hunter blows the flute, the deer gets attracted, and he kills the deer. The fish desires for taste. So you put the thing in the hook, and the desire for taste, it gets caught in the hook, that's the end of the fish. And the elephant desire for the she-elephant causes his end. These innocent creatures, they meet their end trying to satisfy desire related to one sense organ. What shall be the deplorable state of a person, a human being who is ravaged and tormented by all the five sensual desires? Bhagavan Krishna says to Uddhava in Bhagavad Mahapuran, Jihvai katum apakarshati karhi tarsha Shishnu netastva gudaram shavanam kutaschit Ghranu netascha paladik kvacha karma shaktir Bahavya sapatnai vageha patim lunanti. Bhagavan Krishna says to Uddhava, he compares the five sensual desires to five wives of a man. Let's suppose a man has 5 wives. 5. Just as each wife will try her level best to attract and possess the husband to herself, in the same way, each desire tries to capture the heart to itself, or heart or mind to itself, thereby leading to the person's complete ruin and degradation. It's so dangerous. And this is, we have become slave. And it's all because of that ignorance, not knowing who we are, and listening to the mind. Manmani, we do what the mind says. Realize this, if you want to be spiritual, if you want to become free from Maya, you want to uplift spiritually, then you stop listening to the mind. It's not our friend. Manmani Kam What have we attained by becoming slave to the senses, to the mind? What have we attained? We have just, that has made us to be rotated in 8.4 million forms of life. 84 lakh. 84 lakh. It's a Hindi word. It means 8.4 million. Bhagwan Shri Ram says in the Ramayana, Bhagwan Shri Ram, God, he sent to the residents of Ayodhya, Akar chari lakh chaurasi yoni brahmat yah jeev avinasi. The jeev, the soul, the atma, who we are, is avinashi, indestructible. Nainam chinnanti shastrani, nainam dahati pavakah, na chainam klidayantyapu, na shoshayati marutah. Achedyo yamadahyo hya makledyo shosya evacha nityah sargasthanu chaloyam sanatana. Chapter 2 verse 23 and 24 Gita. Shri Krishna is saying the soul is indestructible. Who we are, a soul, that Atma. Nainam chinnanti shastrani, no shastra, no weapon can cut it. Pavak, nadahati pavaka. Pavak, fire cannot burn it. Apaha. Apaha means water. Water cannot wet it. Nashoshayati marutaha. The wind cannot ride it. It's the same forever. Sanatan. It never changes. It's the same forever. The soul, the Atma. But because of the action, who is the performer for action? The mind. Mana eva manushyanam karnam bandha mokshayoho. Not the hand, not the feet, not the mouth, not the eyes, not the ears. These are only house. Ghar hai, house. Someone has beautiful eyes, but they can't see anything. Beautiful ears, but they can't hear a thing. This is a house. In dark, there's a subtle eye. And all that is in the mind. So the performer of the action is the mind alone. The Vedas are saying, Mana eva manushyanam karnam bandha mokshayo. Brahma Bindu Upanishad, second mantra. Man eva, the mind alone. Karnam is the cause, bandhan of bondage, moksha, liberation. Mind is the performer. So, the soul is an undoer. So because of our identification with the body and being led astray by the mind, we have been doing all the wrong things in the material world. We do some good also. Mostly wrong. Not the physical action. Someone thinks, well, look, bhaiya, I didn't beat anybody up. I did not drink alcohol, which is mahapap. Not only pap, there's something called pap, which is sin. And then there's mahapap, great sin, 5. And the biggest one among them, daru pina, drinking alcohol. Mahapap. Why? Because not only does it destroy this body that God, this great gift, one of the greatest blessing and gift God can give to the soul, birth in the human form. Devatas, celestial gods are begging and praying for this and they can't get it. And we get it, and what do? We destroy it by drinking alcohol, smoking cigarette, and all kind of craziness. God gets very angry. That's why I give you human body to destroy it. So not only does it destroy this beautiful, wonderful human body, but also causes problem in family, in society. Big problem. Lot of problem. So, I didn't drink alcohol, I didn't steal, I didn't beat anybody up, I didn't kill anyone. We didn't do it physically. But in your mind, how many people we kill in our mind? Huh? I don't like this lady. I wish when she go in the road, a big 18-wheeler truck will go over her and smash her like a sardine. And when the lady come and you meet her somewhere in the mandir or somewhere, Sitaram, Sitaram. Oh, so long I didn't see you. Now which one is Bhagwan going to note? The nice sweet words coming from here? Or the evil thought in the mind? The one in the mind. God does not know what we do with the physical sense organ. He knows our thoughts and ideas, where the mind is. That's why we feel I didn't do anything. So because of that, we think in wrong things all the time, every moment. So we have to keep rotating in 8.4. And all we get no rest, no peace. Our experience is based only in the material world because we've never experienced divinity. Our condition is like a neem, the worm in the neem tree. Somebody's never eaten ice cream. He asks, how does ice cream taste? So you say, sweet, meetha. Ice cream is sweet, very sweet. Bhaiya, I don't know what sweet means, tell me. Oh, have you eaten anything sweet? Sugar cane, sugar, honey, mithai, rasgulla. No, I have not eaten anything sweet. Never eat. I am a worm that was born in the neem tree. I lived my whole life in the neem tree. I've tasted only bitter things my whole life. Then I can't explain to you. If you tasted something sweet before, you say, okay, you tasted sugar, then I can say 10 times the sweetness of sugar. I can give an idea. But you have never tasted anything sweet. Then impossible. That's our condition. We've never tasted. That's why we can't understand what is this divine bliss, divine happiness. What is happiness? Because we never tasted it. We think we have found it. But that's our illusion. Because if we found happiness, we'll never experience sorrow ever again. Yovai bhuma tat sukham bhumaiva sukham. Chandogya Upanishad. The Vedas, they give a definition for the word sukh, happiness. The Vedas say that which is infinite, eternal, beginningless, unmeasurable is called sukh, happiness. Once attained, it is possessed forever. You will never become separate from it ever again. You will never experience sorrow ever again. What thing in the world you have attained, you have enjoyed, that it remains forever? Nothing. So today something make you happy, next 10 minutes you're sad. Or next day you're sad. There's something same thing. Because we have not found it. Or we don't know. So we keep like that. And we keep rotating. There's much more, but time is of the essence. Manmani Kam, Karo Jani, भरत सोची तेहि भाव करो जनी। So the example is being given here by Jagat Guru Tam Shri Kripalu Mahaprabhu, that a blind person, even a blind person, is walking and happens to hit his toe against something, or goes into a hole, he can't see, learns from that. Next time he goes very gingerly. Very gingerly he places his feet before going. Before he was going quick, just hit in the stick like this and fell in a hole or hit the feet somewhere the toe. But the blind person learned. I have to be careful now. So very gingerly he learns from that. How do we learn anything? As I mentioned, we, the Jivatma, the individual soul, have been in existence from beginningless time. Uncountable times we have got human birth. Uncountable times we have taken birth in every form of life. Many people want to go to heaven, Swarg. Do you know we have been to heaven uncountable times? Every position we have attained in heaven. If the soul, the Atma, is eternal, beginningless, and what qualifies one to go to heaven? When you do punya, when you do good action, you perform dharma, etc. You go to heaven. But for some time only. Shri Krishna says, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam kshine punye Martyalokam vishanti evam tai dharmanupapanna gatagatam kama kama labhanti. Chapter 9 verse 21 Gita. When we perform dharma, yajna, if we could do nothing Kali Yuga, our age is impossible in this age. But we acquire something called punya, spiritual merit. This will determine which heaven we will go to and for how long. Kitne din ke liye. But once we go there and we start enjoying the pleasures of heaven, something happens. Kshine punya. That punya starts destroying as you enjoy, and one day it's going to finish. And when it's finished, what happens? Martyalokam vishanti. We are kicked out of heaven, sent back in this material world. You say, great, then I'll do some more good action, go back to heaven. No, we have lost this human birth also. Remember, karma has become zero. So we have to start all over again. The Vedas, the beautiful mantra in Vedas, Ishta Bhurtam Manyamana Varishtham Nanyat Cheyo Vedayante Pramudha Nakasya Prishtete Sukatena Bhutimam Lokam Hitram Va Vishanti. Mundak Upanishad. First Mundak, second Kan, 10th mantra. The Vedas say a person who wants to go to heaven and performs action that he can go to heaven is not only an ordinary fool but the greatest fool. Pramudha. Mudha in Sanskrit means fool, stupid. And in Sanskrit, when you put the prefix pra before a word, it means the greatest fool. Why? Because after you go there and you enjoy, you're going to enjoy more than this world. That's all. Material pleasure. When that karma finished, you have to come back. And what the Vedas are saying, Hina taramba vishanti, will be thrown into lower forms of life. After we have been enjoying as a devata, a celestial being in heaven, will be thrown into the womb of dog, cat, donkey, worm. So low, worm. This is why Bhagavan Shri Ram warns us in the Ramayana. He gives a warning to us. Vehitan par pal vishay na bhai Vishaya na bhai, Swarga Swalpa Ant Dukhdai. Bhagwan Shri Ram, after he says to the residents of Ayodhya, Bade Bhagya Manush Tanu Pava, Sura Durlabh Sar Granth Nigawa. It is the greatest fortune for the soul to acquire birth in the human form, that even Devatas, Sur means Devatas, celestial gods are begging and praying, they can't get it. Haven't gotten this human body, it wasn't given to you just to enjoy the senses. Vishayana bhai, not to enjoy sensual pleasures. Nor was it given to go to heaven. If it was given to go to heaven, then why do people who are in heaven praying for this what we have? It means this is greater. We don't understand. Why would they want this if heaven is so good? It wasn't given to go to heaven because there's no true happiness there. And the worst part, anta dukkhadai, it ends in suffering. After you go to heaven, we are going to suffer. So we have attained so much suffering in the world. We get so much abuse from mother, from father, from wife, from husband, from children, from friend. Today I think this person is my friend, tomorrow, my enemy. We don't learn. We still think, people, it's a normal thing, it's become a normal thing in the West. They keep looking for a soulmate. Soulmate. In other words, somebody who's going to make me happy. So somebody gets married to someone because why? I think this person will make me happy. And then you realize this person is so selfish, they don't care about me. I'm finished with you. Get rid, divorce. No, this one. And we keep changing. We keep thinking somebody is going to make me happy. And that's why else there will be no divorce. But we have this decision in the mind. No matter how much abuse, how much insult, how much beating we get, we keep running back. A saint describes our condition similar to a dog, a stray dog. Don't feel bad. There's a stray dog. This dog doesn't get food, anything, right? This stray, whatever little thing you can get anywhere would eat. And you show that stray dog bread, a piece of roti, dry bread. The dog comes running with tail wagging and take a stick and hit the dog. The dog yelps in pain and starts backing and screaming and run the distance and look at you and growls angrily. And then you show that dry piece of roti bread and again it comes wagging. Again you hit the dog. Again it yelps and barks and in pain and goes from a distance and look angrily. And again you show that dry piece of bread, again it will come. This is our condition. Don't we do that? We don't learn. So we are so blind. Imagine a blind person would not go there. We keep going back right there, thinking this something, somehow. Someone is going to make me happy. Something is going to make me happy. Yeah, it didn't do yet, but we don't listen. The saints are telling us, no, there's no happiness. The happiness being a fraction of happiness, being a part of Sri Krishna. Another name for Sri Krishna is Anand, the happiness. So it means we want, our nature is to want happiness. That's why we're looking for it everywhere. But we're looking in the wrong place. And this is when a saint will come, a true guru. And if we listen to him, he's able to convince us. It's not easy. First to begin, we have to accept he's a saint. That is impossible almost. Uncountable saints we have met in uncountable lifetimes. But because of our abhiman, our pride, we refuse to accept him as saint. Number one. So we're not going to listen. Everything goes through one and come out the other one. One time I was sitting in a mandir and somebody was given a katha story. And he says, you people, when you hear it goes through one ear and come out, take your hand and push it in one ear when you listen to my katha. Hey Baba. It didn't mean it like that. It means it has no bearing on us. It just flies over. It's very nice. I like what he said. Very nice. Oh, I don't agree with even one thing he said. There are people like that also. But it has no effect on us. The saints come, they literally bray day and night, trying to correct us, tell us the right way, not to harm us, but to show us the right way. We don't listen. We refuse to listen. What does he know? Man, I have read Gita, I have read Ramayana, I have listened to so many people given Ramayana, and I know, what does he know anything? We refuse. Abhiman, pride. It's not easy to listen. If we accept and we listen carefully, we accept what the saints tell us, the true Guru, the saint, not a worldly person who is going to get us more into the world. The Vedas talk about us. The Vedas say, Avidyaya mantane vartamana swayam dhira panditam mandamana janghanyamana pariyanti mudha andhe naivanyamana yathandha. Mundak Upanishad, first Mundak, second Kand, 8th mantra. The Vedas say, people who think themselves to be very wise, they consider themselves to be wiser than everybody. They have read a little bit of Ramayana, a little bit of Gita, a little bit of this. They don't know anything. They just read a little bit. Book knowledge. And they think themselves to be very wise and misinterpret the scripture to mean in the attainment of worldliness, that we will find happiness in the world, and teach others this is what to pray to God for. Pray to God to get a good job. Pray to God for health and wealth. Pray to God to win the lotto for children. And they teach others. They are blind, they are fools. Mudha, Vedas saying. And people who believe in them and follow them is a case of blind leading the blind. Andhe naiva niyamana yathandha, Vedas saying. That's what we do. We don't even know who is a guru, what a guru is supposed to be. Anybody we like. Because he says the thing I like, then he is a guru. We don't even try to understand what is a guru. We need a guru, but try to understand first. You don't go to any doctor by not finding out first if he's a true. Suppose you go to a quack. What's going to happen to you? He's not qualified. So in the same way, we need a guru. In order to uplift spiritually, without guru is not possible. But he has to be qualified. Bona fide saint, a true saint, one who's attained God, the divine knowledge. Then he can give us the true knowledge. Otherwise, he'll just be just like us. Blind leading the blind. So, meet such a saint and attain the true knowledge. Then we'll change our mind. Then something will happen. Manmani Kam, Karo Jani. Al जात हटि तेरी मत हटि ओ अथाधुंध अविराम करो जनी जो कृपालु दीति दीति अब कृपालु दीति दीति अब ओ सुमीरिय श्यामा श्याम करो जनी ओ मन मन मानी So, as I mentioned, a blind person will get harmed once and will be very careful the next time. Or we go back in the same place. Over and over looking for happiness, and instead of getting happiness, you get pain and suffering, abuse, insult. So here in the last line, Jagat Gurutam Kripalu Mahaprabhu says, you beat gayi to beat hai. What is done is done. You know, there's a saying, there's no sense in crying over spilled milk. It's done. We can't change what is past is past. It's already done. Forget about it. Leave it alone. Now you have an opportunity. Yeah, uncountable lifetimes have gone. Uncountable. We have gotten human birth. We have been rotated in 8.4 million forms of life. Uncountable times. We can put an end to it. We have an opportunity. So the saint says, look, Sumidiya Shama Sham. Sumidana means remember, meditate on God. Realize the aim of life, where you will find, listen to what the saints have told us. Look, stop doing Manmani. Stop listening to this mind and do not, but the mind is going to lead us astray. God has given us something very powerful, a powerful instrument called intellect. The intellect controls the mind. Whatever the intellect says, the mind has to do. But our intellect has gone bad also, from uncountable lifetimes of doing wrong things. So what to do? So we take our intellect and join it with the intellect of a true saint, the true Guru. The true Guru. Guru ki buddhi mein apna buddhi jod do. Join our intellect with the intellect of a saint. In other words, when the saint gives instruction to us, when you meet a true Guru, a true saint, follow his instruction, Agya Palan. Join our intellect. Let our intellect be guided by the knowledge he gives to us. His instruction. Because he alone knows what's good for us. We don't. Why does someone need Guru? To come and put a mantra in your ears, poke a mantra? No. How many people have gotten mantra in their ears? Did anything happen? Did they change? No, they may have become worse than they were before. That's not what we need Guru for. Guru. This Lord alone tells us why we need Guru. Gu means andhakar, darkness. The darkness of Maya, greed, anger, jealousy, hatred, lust, selfishness. This is a gu, Maya. And Ru means light, Prakash, not light of the bulb, divine light, divine knowledge, God. One who takes us away from Maya, removes Maya, frees us from Maya, and gives us Bhagavan, divine happiness, divine knowledge. That person alone is a Guru. And that's what Guru is supposed to do, nothing else. That's what we need Guru for. We have no idea what Guru even means. The one who's calling himself Guru doesn't even know what a Guru is. All he wants is lots of chelas, that's all. More chela, more money, more dakshina. Right? That's all he cares about, how many followers, how many chelas. People put everybody in a... Nowadays, long ago, people used to give month in theirs. Now, there are people in India, they have so many people coming. Okay, I can't give one by one, I'm going to announce the month in the mic. Yeah, and go and do whatever you want after. I was sitting with somebody once and they invited me, that Guru was coming, whatever Guru is, and he was going to get the Diksha. What is Diksha? He doesn't even know. Anyhow, so the Guru came and some ceremony and put month in theirs and all of that, and he says, okay boy, now you're fixed. Do whatever you want. Just once a year, call me for a puja, that's all. Give me some dakshina. Give me some money and some gifts and all that once a year, and you fix, you're good for Golo. You're going to Bhagwan. Today I become your Guru, you went to reach already. Hey Bhagwan. This is what is called blind leading the blind. That's not what we need Guru for. He's making use of you. Guru, one who gives us knowledge, who uplifts us spiritually, who shows us how to takes us away from Maya. When you meet a true, you can know if he's a Guru. Has my attachment for the world become less or more? Am I grieving for more of the world, or do I don't care about things in the world anymore? I don't have attachment for it. If my attachment is becoming less, if my love for God is increasing, then I have found Guru. Guaranteed. But if I'm becoming more attached to the world, then you're in the wrong place. Not good. It's how you know. So let bygones be bygones. We can't change the past. What has happened has happened. Outcome. We can fix now. We can fix our future. Every moment is precious. This morning I was saying time, we blame time. We don't have time. We have time to do everything in the world. We have time to go to the beach. We have time to go and drink in the park. We have time to party. We have time for all things. For friends, for family. But for Bhagwan, oh Lord, it will put too much time, oh Lord. We don't make time for Bhagwan. The most precious thing. The only reason we have given human birth, this is very remember, this life I told you last night in the Satsang is very transient. This human body is very valuable. So valuable, even Devatas. People pray to Devatas. Agni, the god of fire. Vayu, the god of wind. Kuber, the god of wealth. These are Devatas. They pray to Devatas. Indraya Namah Swaha, Ganaya Namah Swaha, etc. And the same Devatas, they are praying to God for what? This thing we have. Durlabham manusham janma prarthyate tirashairapi. Narad Puran. The Devatas, they are praying to Shri Krishna. Hey Shri Krishna, we are begging you, please give us birth in the human form. We don't want heaven, there's nothing here. We can't do bhakti. Only in human body we can do bhakti. That's why the main thing of human birth, not to enjoy the world and enjoy sensual pleasures. It's not why we are given human birth. So this knowledge, Guru will give, the true Guru. And we all can do it. Now, as the saint is saying, forget the past. What is done is done. Now, take every moment of your life, meditate on God, remember Bhagwan, chant the divine name. In this age of Kali Yuga especially, one thing only we can do. Ek Aadhar Ram Gun Gana. Kagya Sundarji says to Guruji Maharaj, Kali Yuga Yoga na Jagya Jnana. You cannot do yoga, you can't do jagya, you can't do jnana, nothing. All of this you can't do. Not in Kali Yuga. What to do? Ek Aadhar Ram Gun Gana. Chant the name of the Lord with love. Remember Bhagwan. Sumidi Sumidi. Kali Yuga Keval Hari Gun Gaha Gavat Nar Pavahi Bhavatha. Kali Yuga Keval Naam Kali Yuga Keval Hari Gun Naam Adhara. Sumidi Sumidi Nara Uttara Hupara. Only Keval, only chant the name. Remember, and Sumidi Sumidi. Sumiran means remember the Lord. This is the only way to become free from Maya and attain everything divine. There's much more. We'll hear another time. Bol Lali Lal Ki Jai. Srimad Satguru Sarkar Ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri Radhe. Jai Jai Shri